Yeah, I think it'll be alright.
Oh, what the hell is going on? What was that? What's up, guys? Welcome back to Digital Dive-In. It's your man Monkey, and with me today we got Goofball 594, otherwise known as Phil, back.
Hey.
Today we're switching up a little bit. We're playing Ghost Recon Wildlands. I wanted to play a Ubisoft game since Far Cry 5 just launched today. Well, it launched on Tuesday, which is going to be 2 days before this video goes live. But either way, I don't want to play that yet. I'm waiting till Phil plays it because he and I talked about the game already in detail. So we're going to be playing through that game next week at some point, doing a quickie little review and some gameplay for you guys.
Yeah, we don't want to spoil anything, so we're waiting for the people.
Exactly, so you're welcome.
That's what we do for the people. Wait to play amazing games.
I want to give a shout out to Nerd World Order over on Facebook. Great conversation, great people. Go check them out. You'll have a great time.
Today we are talking about procedural generation in video games, mostly because procedural generation is actually going to be featured in Far Cry 5, and it's actually been featured in a lot of Ubisoft games. So
yeah, it's definitely marking the path for the future. It seems like everybody's starting to do a little bit of it, just little dabbles.
Basically, it's popping up a little bit everywhere. Also, and yes, as you can see, we are playing as Deadshot and Deathstroke because fuck it, why not?
Because hell yeah.
The U.S. government hired 2 hitmen from the DC universe to take down a cartel.
Sounds about right. Criminals taking on criminals. Which one?
Welcome to Suicide Squad by Ubisoft. What are we doing first? What are we doing? Do you want to go
well,
after
we're
some
saving
intel?
Bolivia from the evil cartel of Santa Blanca.
Yes, we are. Do you want to go after some intel? You want to go interrogate a douchebag, or do you want to do a story mission?
Well, we gotta go get intel before we can find these people.
Well, there's a story
So
mission
let's
already
get this.
open, but
Let's get in this here Bronco, or Suburban.
Let's
It's
go
too
over
bad it's
here.
not a white Bronco.
Hey! What are you doing? Hey, you! No, I want to jump in the trunk. Ha ha ha! Fuck you! I'm in the damn trunk.
Like a ninja.
Anyway, so procedural generation in video games. First game that really brought a lot of, I don't know, popularity of procedural generation was, of course, No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky.
Like, that was a hugely ambitious game. But there were a lot more before that.
Yeah,
Like,
but I think
wasn't
No
the
Man's
first,
Sky
but...
really brought it out.
I think so
Like,
too.
It wasn't sure if it was gonna come out or not, and then No Man's Sky brought it out.
It brought procedural generation into the limelight, but at the same time, it also showed what could go wrong. Not could go wrong,
Yes.
but it showed
It didn't
what
just show what could. It showed
what-
everything that is wrong.
Yeah, with procedural generation, there's a lot. It can be used for a lot of great things. It has a lot of good advantages
I'm gonna take
to
a
it.
detour real quick.
That's totally fine.
Okay.
It has a lot of advantages to it, but there's also a lot of shit that, there's so many bugs when it comes to procedural generation.
Yeah, well, I mean, when done right, if you do it right, you could have a lot of good things happen. But if done No Man's Sky style, it just gets boring, and you're like, wow, a whole different planet that's the same as the other planet.
Yeah, that's actually one of the points I wanted to hit on earlier. Oh my god, there's a lot of people here. Hi, guys.
It's a popular hangout spot.
When it came to No Man's Sky, it was kind of like, it was a huge universe with basically nothing in it.
Yeah, which was weird. Like,
Yeah,
every planet was the same. Every thing you could do on each different planet was the same. Like, there wasn't... They should have just made one giant planet and let us go hard on that.
Basically.
Like,
I mean,
instead, they did that, and
hey, they're
it
shooting
was
at us, by
terrible.
the way.
Well, you gotta be sneakier than that, dude. Oh, now they see me too. You've ruined our secret little surprise, man.
We're both dead.
Guess what hint number I'm on right now?
69.
Yeah.
Reasons we're best friends, guys.
Yeah. Among other reasons.
I mean, I understand
Yeah.
why No Man's Sky did it. I mean, they were literally a handful of people. Like, they're an indie company. So to
Yeah,
do
I
a
mean,
game,
like, if you could do it right, it's good.
yeah, absolutely.
Like, you had mentioned something about Far Cry trying to doing that, correct?
Yeah, Far Cry 5 has certain, like, it has some parts that are procedure generated. Like, the whole game is not, obviously.
Yeah,
but,
don't panic, people.
Yeah,
Let
no.
us explain.
It's not going to be another No Man's Sky, do not worry. But certain parts of the landscape and everything are going to be procedurally generated because it's so huge. Like parts of the
Huge.
vegetation, parts of the mountain ranges and biomes and stuff, they're going to be procedurally generated. But in terms of the more populated story mission areas, they're going to be, you know, handcrafted and everything, and including the NPCs as well. I don't think they're going to be procedurally dropped.
Oh yeah,
So,
we're
I
gonna
mean,
get a lot of those moments where you look and there's like an AI player in the middle of a war zone. Just
I
some
really hope
farmer
not.
tending
I
his cattle.
really hope not.
While
That would be really bad.
people are running each other with tractors and rocket launchers.
I mean, Far Cry is known for doing the world building really, really, really well. Like even when the story
yeah, they
isn't
do,
that
but,
good,
you know,
like
it is
in
a new concept
Primal.
for them though as well.
Yeah, exactly.
So there's gonna be some mistakes. You know,
Oh, I'm sure. Okay,
we
you know
just
what, hold
hope
on. I'm
that they
gonna
don't ruin the
change-
game.
With Far Cry, yeah, there's probably going to be a few bugs in the first week until they drop a patch, because that's how it is with every single game. Probably like vegetation and parts of the landscape, like the mountain ranges and stuff, are going to be procedurally generated, but basically I'm pretty sure that's going to be it, purely because it would be way too much if they totally relied on procedural generation. You know? It would definitely ruin the game. Because most of the time...
Yeah, it would. You know, it gets repetitive. It gets boring
Mhm.
unless you do it right.
When games do entire procedural generation, they tend to be huge worlds, huge, most of the time beautiful worlds, but
Huge
they're
empty
empty.
worlds.
Yeah, they're empty. There's
Yeah.
nothing in them. Like, there's really nothing in them, and that was the biggest issue with No Man's Sky. That and the entire map, or every single planet, was essentially the same thing with different biomes.
Yeah, so not perfect.
And-
Need some work.
No, yeah, it needs a lot.
But-
I like when procedural generation has its place, of course, but I don't think that game developers should solely rely on it. And it seems to be
Yeah,
a thing
use
that
it
we're
properly,
Yeah.
and it'll be good.
using it to generate basically like the monotonous shit, like vegetation and certain NPCs
Homework.
and biomes and yeah, homework. That kind of stuff. Totally cool. Like, it makes sense, you know? It lets you have more time to focus on other parts of the game, or it allows the developers to spend more time focusing on like the story and the character development and shit like that, without having to worry about,
So hopefully it
oh,
works.
this tree should be here, this tree should be there.
Yeah.
But like
I mean,
it
I
was
feel like that would be fun though for me
Yeah.
with my OCD, building trees.
yeah.
I can see where that could be fun, but at the same time,
Just
let's focus on
Robert,
what
just,
sells games here.
So you just Bob Ross the shit out of Far Cry.
Hell yeah.
Happy little trees. Happy little trees.
So, you want to go shoot at Unidad?
I mean, why not?
I mean, hell yeah. Oh wow, okay. Ooh, hang on. Wait,
Just,
I want to go cause mayhem in the city.
I mean, just throw a grenade.
Oh, that's a better idea. Yes. Oh, it's so pretty.
Oh, I'm down. What do you think about, like, do you think that games that use procedural generation are less immersive than games that are handmade?
I would have to say that no, they
No?
don't make a game less immersive, because when No Man's Sky was coming out, is that a missile?
No, it's a flare.
Oh. Oh well. Anyway, when No Man's Sky was coming out, it was being portrayed as like the most immersive game ever.
Well, yeah,
And you
of course.
know, if you remember to how we all thought then, before we actually played it, it was a pretty good game. Like, it was going to be a good game. It was going to involve you. It was a new
Yeah.
concept. Like, everybody was excited. And
Well, I mean,
then
yeah.
it came out. But, you know, I think if they're able to make it so it can make the world more realistic, like, I don't know how Far Cry is planning on doing their immersive world experience.
I'm not sure.
I really don't. You know, I hope that what they do is like make the seasons change in the game. Like, you know, you might play it one day and it's spring, but then after a little bit of time, you come back and it's fall.
Yeah,
so
do like
the crops are different because we're in Montana, so it's like a agricultural based area.
do like a procedurally
So-
generated seasons or something like that.
Yeah, like if you know one day you're going and you're like going through an empty field, and the next day you go in and it's a cornfield, you know, it makes it a little
That
different.
would be
It makes it a little more
really
exciting.
cool. That would be really interesting.
Yeah, like
But,
I know
like-
Grand Theft Auto does a thing where every 24 minutes is a 24-hour cycle in the game. If Far Cry 5 is going to use their procedural generation to, you know, like maybe do that, but also change seasons, that would be pretty cool.
That
And
would be
then
really cool. Actually.
Maybe, yeah, and then maybe like, say you cut a tree down, or you run it over with a tractor, which seems possible in this game.
More likely.
Like, the tree will grow back. Like, that is the procedural generation. Is like, there's no set formula. It's just you set a program for
Yeah,
the tree
exactly.
to regrow itself.
Yeah. I think procedural generation gets a really bad rap because it's been so misrepresented in bad movies or bad games.
Yeah.
Like,
No, No Man's Sky ruined it for a lot of
yeah. But
games,
apparently
I
even
think.
Ark Survival Evolved is also completely procedurally generated. Now you played
Really?
that, but I have not. What do you? Is
I have
that
played that.
is that game
and
anything
I only
like-
played on one map,
is that
so
game?
I'm not like 100%
Yeah,
sure.
but is like the immersiveness of Ark, comparing that to No Man's Sky.
See, now honestly, that game was so immersive when it came out, it made it terrible. Like, it took a lot of work to train your dinosaur to do what you wanted,
Yeah,
and it made it hard to play.
makes sense.
I mean, unless you had the time to commit, which I personally did not.
Yeah, I can see what you
Now
mean.
they've
So-
dwarfed that slightly, so it's a little better now, but
Yeah, they
still,
fixed
it's
it.
not. Still a good game. I'm not
Yeah.
bashing on it at all, but it's
Yeah.
you
I
gotta
mean-
put some time into it to enjoy
Yeah,
it.
of course. I mean, when it comes to immersiveness in games, like if you compare, like if you compare No Man's Sky, like two super huge games, right? No Man's Sky, which is a completely procedurally generated universe, and then you compare it to a game like Horizon Zero Dawn. There's no competition. Like Horizon Zero Dawn was an insanely immersive game.
Yeah.
Like everything behind that game was just absolutely insane. And there wasn't, I could be wrong about this, but I don't think there was any procedural generation used in that game at all. Like everything was handmade. I mean, of course,
That
they
I
may-
don't know. I actually didn't play that game.
Oh man, dude, you missed out a lot.
Yeah, I think it still has its place. Just people need to learn how to.
What the
contain
hell?
it.
Why didn't you
They go
die?
too hard.
You bastards! They didn't.
If they go too hard with it, it's not going to be a fun game.
Mhm.
If they don't use it at all, then it's not even in this conversation. So, did you die? Oh man.
Yes, I got down. Guys, this is going to be a video about me dying a lot. But like, I don't know, when it comes to procedural generated worlds, they tend to be empty, which basically takes away from the immersiveness, don't you think?
Yeah, well, it does, but that's just because it gets boring. Like, you don't want to immerse yourself because you're tired of the same old, same old.
Yeah.
Whereas, if you find a world where the ground is the same,
Mhm.
but they procedurally generate certain aspects of it, like a
Yeah.
rock slide or something, like that'd be cool.
Yeah. I mean,
And especially if it's not trigger activated.
Yeah, those are always
Like
really
those are the
annoying.
best. Like I think I played this one game. I don't really remember, but I remember I was like going down a street and everything bad that could happen happened.
Did
I'm
happen.
like, really? Like I see a tree. I'm like, oh, okay, is it gonna fall on me? And then it does. I'm like,
I
wow.
felt it. So it's almost
But if
predictable.
it's something like if you're driving and like at a certain time in the gameplay, like
And
that'd be
shit
cool.
happens.
Time activated like incidents
Yeah.
instead of like trigger.
Trigger. Yeah.
So you could drive down a street one day and it'd be fine, and then the next day you find out there was an avalanche and the whole street's gone. Like
That would be interesting.
that'd
That
be
would
kind
be
of cool because it would change how you play the game. Like if
exactly.
you,
And that's
like I'm just thinking Grand Theft Auto.
yeah.
You're driving down one road every single time you go to do something,
Where are
and
you
then
going?
one day
Hold up.
that road is flooded.
I think procedural generation, like I said before, it's great when it's used responsibly, when it's only used for certain
Yes.
aspects of the game. When it's used for the entire game, it tends to basically ruin it. When it's
You must
overused.
procedural, yeah, responsibly.
Yeah. I mean, you look at, I mean, again, we're going to be using No Man's Sky for the entire video, just purely because it was the biggest letdown.
I mean, that is, they wanted to be the bookmark of
Exactly.
procedural generation.
And technically they
Now
are.
They are that for
Just
the
not
bad reason.
exactly. Yeah, exactly.
'Cause
It
they're
kind of also covers my other question, which was how much is too much when it comes to procedural
Yeah,
generation.
well, we know what that is.
Yeah, exactly. How
You
much is too much?
rely on
No
it
Man's
as
Sky
your
is too much.
basis of map creating.
Yep.
Like, no, you gotta
I
build
really-
your map, but
yeah.
you
I
put
really
little
hope that-
details in there that are cool.
Yeah. I really hope that this doesn't become the norm. I'm in. I killed someone. I think I killed the driver.
Yeah, you did.
Drive, dude. Yeah, I killed the driver.
You gotta do your thing too, bro.
Hey, I am shoot. Hey, I blew up a car. Okay, I'm out.
Oh my, I'm down. Angry little fellas.
Oh fuck, there he is. They jumped up on a rock. But yeah, like I said at the beginning of the video, procedural generation has a lot of pros. It also has a lot of cons. You know, it lets people do a lot more with less, and that's awesome, especially for indie developers. But
Yeah, it definitely allows them to expand without putting as much detail in. So I'm
Mhm.
sure it's a lot easier to do.
yeah, but at the same
Which
time,
is why it isn't as good.
yeah, but yeah, exactly. But at the same time, they get kind of like too, like, I don't know. They try to play God with it, you know, like with Hello Games, and it just ends badly. They get too happy with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But of course, it also
Definitely
allows
do.
them to. It allows bigger developers to use it to get like basically generate the monotonous shit, like vegetation and trees and weather and shit like that, which I'm pretty sure is what they did in this game. Like they use it for the
Yeah,
weather
well,
and everything because there's
hopefully
random
when they
weather
do
events.
that, they put a good job.
Another good thing
pittance.
is with procedural generation is that allows them to make larger maps, but they just have to be sure that those large maps are filled with shit and not just empty
Yeah.
wastelands. Like,
Like,
and
it
they
doesn't
also have
matter
to
how
make them
big your
different
toilet
too.
is, if it's filled with shit, no one's gonna want to buy the house.
Exactly.
Try something sneaky and discreet, alright?
I do have a parachute, just letting you know.
Okay.
Sneaky and discreet, huh?
Alright.
Here we go. Got it. Eyes on the Unidad captain.
Alright.
Okay, this is the Unidad fire.
Yep, you see me now. Okay. You're able to shoot, right? Oh, someone's blowing stuff up.
That was me.
No, no, no. I'll go ahead and take
I'm
out
just-
the bots. Oh, we got a sniper that wants some attention. Hello.
Where is he? Oh,
Don't
ow.
worry, I remember you.
Dude, I'm gonna die if you don't do anything. Okay, there goes one.
Oh, my bad. I think we're both gonna die if I don't do anything. Ah, I forgot how weak the helicopters were in this game.
Fuck this shit, I'm out. But anyways, yeah, I'm sure we're gonna be seeing a more procedural generation in the future, but I hope that bigger game developers don't rely on that as much. I really
Yeah,
hope
hopefully not.
I really hope that game developers still, like, you know, appreciate the art that goes into video games and continue making beautiful games like Horizon Zero Dawn and Breath of the Wild and Far Cry 5, obviously.
Oh yeah.
But
So we'll see. You know, if people can learn how to contain it, slow down a little bit, I think
Take your-
it'll be
anyways, Phil, thank you so much for coming on today and doing this very distracted conversation.
hey, not a problem. You know I love shooting sheep.
Anyways, guys, if you like this video, please slam that like button. If you want to let us know what your thoughts are about procedural generation and if it has a place in the future of video games, and if so, how much of a place should it have? Let us know in the comments below. If you want to see more of us killing sheep, please subscribe to the channel. And as always, guys, stay excellent, have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next dive-in.